Okay, we are on a roll with our vulnerability, speaking and listening, our marrying intention with action, and being okay with the tipping, knowing our scale of our strengths and weaknesses, and sitting in the muck, sitting in the growth, sitting in the expansion of the self, in the underlying ideas that we are responsible and we are accountable for everything that we put out there, and also searching for our purpose. So in this video, we are going to talk about vulnerability when it comes to public speaking. And public speaking can be anything to giving a talk on a stage, giving a Zoom meeting, or perhaps it's the opportunity of asking your partner for more intimacy. Perhaps it's asking your clients for more money, asking for what you're worth. It could be also the opportunity to tell your your manager that you'd like a raise. All of these chances that we can use the art of vulnerability, which is like this internal like cringing moment where we're like, oh my god, I don't want to do that, and we open it up to the expansion of, okay, I'm going to do it, right? How do we get from here to here? That's what vulnerability means. It means that we take that risk and we make that adjustment to go from intention to action, and we go from here to and then we go after. Because I find that everything that we hold in that we wish to say, after we say it, we're like, oh, that wasn't so hard. So we're going to talk about public speaking, and I think that the biggest topic, question, request that I get for public speaking is, how do I get what's inside of me out when I don't know how to be vulnerable? And I call it the Ariel moment, right? Ariel in The Little Mermaid, where she wants to sing and she can't. She knows that she has a voice, but it's hidden. And I ask that to do that is to take some time to take 10 breaths, 10 steps back, and to know your worth. The only reason that many of us are scared to ask for intimacy or to ask for a raise or to ask for more money is because we don't know our worth. We haven't checked up on our resume of life yet to say, oh, I've done all of these things right, or I've done all of these things, or I know these things, or I've invested in these things. My mind and my wisdom, my heart, everything is aligned. Wow. So knowing your worth can get you from here to here. How do we know our worth? Well, we stop playing and participating with our fears. We just don't believe in the fears anymore. It's like that going beyond the ego means that we unblock the chains and we let the chains go that are imaginary, that we put in our own lives, right? So being vulnerable in our public speaking or speaking abilities means that we know our worth. And to do that, to know our worth, I want to ask yourself, the second thing would be, what's the result of keeping it on the inside? What are you going to gain from keeping it on the inside? What? Tell me. You're going to say nothing. By keeping your love, your shine, your spark, your knowledge, your wisdom, your passion, your ideas on the inside, you're not sharing them with the world. And the result of that is darkness. The result of that is going to be future regrets. So vulnerability of going from here to is asking yourself, well, if I stay here, what am I going to get from that? And you can already tell from my face, all scrunched up, and like my shoulders, I can't breathe. Right? I'm not breathing properly in this crunched position. I want to get to here so that I can open my chest, lift the heart, the breath flows from the mind to the heart to the spirit, and I am able to share what I need to share. So ask yourself, what is the result of keeping it inside? The third thing is taking that up a level. And my best mentor, Wayne Dyer, said, don't die with your music inside of you. No, I'm 42. I'll be 43 in June in 2021, and I was given a chance to live my life, and I can tell you, even before I was involved in the accident, I consistently skipped around in life, and I really go for the goals. I really strive to get my words out there, but I wasn't always like this. It took me 20 years to get here. Now it's been such a tremendous influence on my life that I want to teach the world what I know through my eyes, through my lens, through my lessons of the principles of the kind communicator philosophy. I learned that to get what I needed out made me a better person. And although it was scary, it was well worth the journey. It was well worth skidding my knees and having a few of those scars there to be proud of, to say, I said that. I did that. I fell. I learned, right? So don't die with your music inside of you. Why? Because your purpose is calling you to unite with it. And our purpose changes throughout our life. And when it comes to public speaking and the fears, or just the fear of just saying hello to a new person, we have to remember that we were placed on this earth with a purpose, with many purposes. And in order to fulfill them, we have to shine our light like a lighthouse that is connected to the rocks, that are connected to the oceans, that are connected to the earth, that are connected to the beaches, that are connected to the sand, that connected the people walking along them. We are all energy. We are all connected, and our purpose in our lives are interchangeable. And when we can start to think about, how do I want to get from that aerial moment of to we think, okay, well, I have a purpose here and I'm going to fulfill that. And to the last thing that I want to share with you on this vulnerable journey is that if you are stuck here and you're consistently in a comparison mode, and it's keeping you there, which means that you're here because you're looking at her and him and what he's doing, and you're thinking that they're better than you, or they're doing better, or they're more financially stable, or they look better, or they sound better, they have better lives, they have great families, they have all these pictures and social media, they're doing all of these things. The only thing that is keeping you from that action of speaking for your worth with vulnerability is that comparison theme of, just get out of it, because you don't really know what's happening on the opposite end of other people. But guess what? If they're out there doing things, that means that they're doing it. They're taking that intention and they're making an action. And if you're sitting here in that comparison mode saying, well, I want to be like that, or I can't be like that, that's on you. If you remember my vulnerability exercise, and if you don't, I'll give it to you now. You take your right hand, you bring your elbow to your rib cage, you make a fist. Take your pointer finger and point it towards the sky. Lower the hand so that it's parallel with the earth, and then gently take that pointer finger and curl it in so that you can point to yourself for a few times. This is your vulnerability exercise. You are responsible. You are accountable. We are not doing this anymore. We are not blaming anyone else. We are not saying, well, he's better, she's doing. That's bullshit, right? What we really want to do is take accountability for who we are and stop the comparison, because you can be just as good as anybody else. I see so many great leaders doing wonderful things that don't have the means. I see so many people who are scared to put themselves on video, or just scared to talk when they have such great ideas, and they just need to take that first step. When you get out of that comparison mode, you start to recognize that it doesn't really matter what people think of you. What matters is that you've done what your purpose is calling to you. You're deciding what Wayne Dyer said, to not die with your music inside of you. You're asking yourself, what is the result of staying inside? And the result is like zero, nilch. You have to get it out, and to learn to give what you wish to give to the world from that aerial moment is to know your worth. So when it comes to vulnerability and public speaking, I ask that you take these principles in this video and to put them into action, and email me anytime when you're doing it. And when you have this like moment of, so you go to, and then you go after, I want you to think of me. Love you.